You may be wondering how I shoot my bike videos. This is a full breakdown of the gear I use. Hi, my name is Philip. I'm a photographer and passionate cyclist based in southern Germany. And the most frequent asked question in my comment section is always, which cameras do I use? Today I will tell you. Most of the time I'm either filming alone or having one or two friends that help me out. And for this scenario, my camera gear has to fulfill some certain needs. It has to be lightweight, it has to be packable, and it has to be easy to operate while riding. If I want the smoothest shots possible, then I use a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's basically a tiny gimbal with a camera, and that's amazing for bike riding, as we don't have like up and down movements as you have when you are running. So we are already quite smooth, and when you add on a gimbal, then the footage looks amazing. It looks like filmed on a bigger setup, and it's so easy to operate for one person. I use it quite a lot on my Mallorca video. It's so easy to turn on and off. You just flip the screen and you can easily store it in your jersey or your bib shorts, for example, if you have pockets in there. My Mallorca video I did, all the bike footage you saw was shot on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's also a really good camera to hand over to friends while riding. If friends of you are not so familiar with filmmaking, then it can be quite hard sometimes to get some good shots from yourself, for example, while riding. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 makes my life way easier, because I just have to give it to a friend and just say, hey, just point it at me or just point it at a subject, and the footage looks amazing out of the box. And actually I was quite surprised how good the footage would hold up when I color graded it. I'm very pleased about the results I've got. If I would have to pick only one camera, then it would certainly be an action cam. I choose the DJI Osmo Action 6, and it's the one camera that does it all. I use it for vlogging, I would use it while riding. While riding I use a mouth mount, which comes in handy when you are descending, for example, so you can have both hands on your handlebars. In Mallorca, for example, I didn't have an action cam with me. Just filming with a pocket was quite dangerous going down, so some descents I didn't use it and didn't had any footage of it. The action cam gives a much more feel for the speed, because it's not so smooth as the pocket, so it's much more an organic look and gives the viewer a much more realistic way how it is on the bike. Sometimes that's exactly what I want to achieve with my footage, so that's where I would definitely choose an action cam over the Osmo Pocket. And also a bonus for the mouth mount is that you can frame your picture. You can use your head for framing. It's very easy to store back in your jersey, so it's very convenient to get it out quickly and put it in again. That's very important while riding. And it's very flexible. You can use different mounts to get some creative angles with the action cam. The Osmo Action 6 is also magnetic, so yeah, if you have a magnetic surface you just can put it there, which also comes in handy. And what also made my choice for the Action 6 was that it has a square sensor. It's really easy to crop later into vertical and horizontal video, so you can use it for both types of content, which I do on YouTube and also on my Instagram, so that's a really big plus for me. It's still quite a new entry to my camera setup, so I'm still learning how to use it. One thing that I already noticed is that the shutter speed has to be above 1/100th of a second for the stabilization to work well. I don't know why it is. It's a bit of a pity, because it doesn't allow me to follow the 180-degree shutter rule. If you don't know what it is, I will talk later about it. Just be aware of that the shutter speed has to be above 1/100th of a second for the stabilization to work. If I would not be limited by size and weight, my main camera, which is filming me right now, my Canon R6 Mark III, would be my choice. But as we are riding, it's very important that your add-ons and cameras and other stuff that you have with you is not too heavy, because otherwise you won't make the climbs, for example. That's why I'm not using that often my bigger camera on bike rides. On smaller rides, like for example in Mallorca, the first ride we did was a quite small ride, so I took my Canon R6 with me and filmed it with that, and I really like the look actually when riding, filming with a bigger camera. Camera shake is kind of organic, it's more organic than it looks like on the action cam, which I really enjoy. I don't like too smooth footage always, so I like to combine it with some more dynamic scenes. I would love to use my bigger camera more often, but more often than not it's just too heavy to bring with me. When using my Canon on the bike, I always use a 3-point strap because it makes my camera much more secure on my back and it doesn't swing forward. I just bought an add-on to my normal camera strap from a company called Rille. They have a magnetic closure, so it makes it really easy to pop on and off while riding, so when you just film it and you want to put it back, you need one hand to close it and you need both hands, which makes it much easier. And the camera is also used for every other shots that I do that are not on the bike, like the talking head sections here or when I'm like in my room or something. So yeah, I think it's also really important to spice the videos up with other footage, so that's where I normally use this camera. From lenses, I use a variety of lenses, from telephoto lenses to wide-angle lenses. When using on a bike, I normally use a fixed lens. I use a 35mm, which is also recording me right now, because you don't want to hassle with zooming in and out on the bike, because you need both hands for that. So yeah, normally I only use this prime lens 35mm when I will take the camera with me on the bike.
Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes. Yeah. Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes. Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes. Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes.
So we talked a lot about cameras, but there are certain accessories that are really important to filming on the bike. And the most important one definitely are the ND filters. On every camera I have, I always use an ND filter. ND filters are basically sunglasses for your camera. And they come in handy if you want to follow the 180-degree shutter rule. This rule means that you want to have your shutter speed double your frame rate, so you can achieve the most natural looking motion blur. Most films that you see in the cinema stick to this rule. That's why I also follow it, because it just looks more cinematic. I shoot in 25 frames per second, so my shutter speed has to be at 1/50th. When recording outside on a bright day, it's way too bright often, so that's where ND filters come in handy. As I already told you, when recording with the Osmo Action 6, I use a shutter speed above 1/100th of a second against the 180-degree shutter rule, because the stabilization otherwise not working well. So it's a bit of a pity. It's a trade-off that you have to make, but I much have a stabilized footage than to have like the perfect motion blur, because while riding you have a lot of shake with the action camera when you don't have a gimbal like you have on a Pocket 3. So yeah, it just doesn't look right when it's too shaky. So that's why I need to break this rule when using this camera. And also a really important topic is audio. When you are on the bike, you have a lot of wind noise, so it's important to have like a good audio setup. I, at this moment, don't have like a proper microphone to use on the bike, but I most certainly will buy a mic to use on the bike. DJI also provides their great office. For talking head sections like this, I have a microphone. It's a Rode VideoMic Pro. It's kind of old, but it serves me well, so no need to upgrade. As a laptop, I use a MacBook Pro with M4 Pro chip and 48 GB of RAM. And as an editing software, I use DaVinci Resolve. I only use the free version until now, so every video you saw on this channel, including this one, was made with the free version. So the free version already is a very powerful tool that you can use. If you calculate everything together, then it sums up to quite a big number, but keep in mind that I'm a photographer and I use it for my job as well. If I had to start from scratch, I would buy an action cam. My choice would be now the Action Osmo 6. I would buy an ND filter set and a mouth mount, and with that you are good to go to record your bike rides. I know that's quite a big topic to talk about. Many people ask me about the camera, so I hope these people are served now with this video. I know there are maybe a lot of other questions surrounding this topic of making this video, so if you have some other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. That just leaves me to say goodbye and take care.
Peace.